It's the Grumpy Meeple, and I am back again with another Kickstarter campaign preview. This time it is for Valor and Villainy, Lludwik's Labyrinth. Now, if you watched my unboxing of the Valor and Villainy Minions of Mordak Deluxe Edition, you may have heard me refer to this as Lludwik's Laboratory. I apologize for that. I got that wrong. It's actually a labyrinth, not a laboratory. He's kind of a sciencey, like a mad sciencey looking kind of guy, so I just got laboratory stuck in my head. Labyrinth is an easy, they're both hard words to say. They both start with L, so cut me some slack, all right? I'm trying here. I'm not going to go back and fix it. I mean, if it's that important to you, somebody out there, comment, maybe I'll go back and fix it. I don't know. I'm just flying by the seat of my vintage Nike golf shorts. Anyways, back to the topic. We're going to talk about Valor and Villainy. We're going to talk about this new standalone box, which includes what I have been looking forward to, which is co-op and adventure and legacy. Twist, I don't know. Depends on the twist. Could be a good twist, could be a bad twist. I don't know. We're going to find out. So first of all, the first thing that jumps out at me about this is, so first of all, it's funded. Congratulations to Skybound. Doing very well for the first day. It's got 17 days to go. Beyond that, the first thing that jumps out at me is the incredible kind of visual color blast of this game and its artwork and stuff. It's so wacky looking that I legitimately thought there was like something wrong with my monitor. Like I'm sitting here like, boop. I have a 50-inch 4K TV that I use as a monitor. And so that would be a really big problem if there were a problem with it. But don't adjust your sets, folks. This is just like some neon business all up in your business. And it looks pretty dope. If you watched my unboxing of Minions of Mordak, these guys aren't messing around in terms of the quality of the production value. It's ridiculous. It's quite possibly the best packaged game I've ever seen. I haven't played it yet, but you have to imagine the guys who spent enough time to think, hey, maybe we should cut a little indent in the cardboard so that it's easier to pull out. Those same guys probably spent a fair bit of time working on their, actual game. So I have to imagine that the game is right up there, and I'm going to be playing it very soon so that I can speak more intelligently about it. But moving on, we've got Lludwik's Labyrinth, a 1 to 6 player cooperative adventure game. So sold, basically. I was sold on the first game just because the packaging was so beautiful and I just couldn't resist it, even though I don't play one versus many games and it'll probably never get played in that kind of format. I still bought it. That's how beautiful that game looked, even just on Kickstarter, and it's just as nice in person. Now that it's got co-op and solo, I'm all about it. All right. Can be played over 16 missions as a legacy-style campaign or as challenging one-off free play games. In the campaign, you progress through a hilarious narrative. I can attest to the hilarity of some of the writing at the very least. I pointed this out in my unboxing as well, but they named the treasure chest that comes with the deluxe edition, where you store item cards in, I think, and they named it Chesty LaRue, which is exactly the kind of goofy kind of Scrubs-ish humor that I love and love to see in my games. So you're going to progress through a hopefully hilarious narrative, making fateful decisions which unbox hidden content and create a memorable story. The legacy elements are non-destructive, This is really important, and it's almost like they should come up with a different word for legacy in this sense. Some people are super turned off by this idea of ripping up cards or destroying stuff. Like, that is so kind of, ingrained in this word legacy when it comes to board games. And this one is not doing that. It's non-destructive, so when you finish, you can reset or play free play games, which are one-off battles where the heroes take on villains using a unique set of repeatable events. So, scrolling down, I see a lot of very beautiful-looking plastic tokens. Earn satisfying level ups every turn. Navigate comedic multi-choice events. I can't quite read that, so can't speak to its comedic value, but like I said, from what I've seen so far, these guys are bringing it. Unlock interesting new surprises each game. Create hilarious and powerful combos. So bear form comboing with skeletal hoedown. That is hilarious. Got some really cool miniature renders. I don't have any complaints with the miniatures in the first game either. They're beautiful. They're not like, I'm not like, hey mom, can we FaceTime? I got to show you these miniatures. They're amazing. You know what I mean? Like, they're nice miniatures. Don't get me wrong. They're just not call home to mom and drag her on the Facebook to show her. I mean, everybody does that, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Excellent solo experience. Challenging campaign at all player counts. Love to hear it. Snappy sessions with epic boss battles. Love to hear it. Who the hell is it? Like some evil, almost looks like some kind of evil, like Santa Claus or something. I don't know. Here you get praise for the first Valor and Villainy. I'm not going to go through this because I feel like I've already praised it enough, considering I've never played it. I want to be clear, I've not played that game, but I unboxed it, and it is very, very nice in terms of the quality of the components. So now, we got Lludwik fighting with Mordak. Enough about that smelly old... You guys know I love to do these voices, so I'm going to do it again. Enough about that smelly old wizard. Let's talk about something better. Me. So, basically, a comparison of the contents. So, one more hero than came with the core game. 4 additional villains, all 5 of which can be played solo and co-op. And 600 cards instead of 230. I assume that the legacy element kind of, and the campaign element really drove the card count up. Makes sense to me. Yeah, come to my house. I'll give you a real warm welcome. Is he smoking? He's got like a stogie. I love this. I don't know what these are. They're like little bombs or something, or fire or something. You've got the famous Valor and Villainy, famous in my head, I don't know. Large print dice, love it. And then we get straight into the heroes. So, 9 unique heroes. And, I love these games that have these heroes and variable player powers. I just cannot get enough of it. I own so many different goddamn druids in so many different games, and I just keep buying them, and I will continue to buy them as long as people keep putting out druids. Just awesome. You got an elementalist, Rowan the druid, William the warlock. Look at this guy, Sir Thaddy the burglar. Oh my god, is that a Never-Ending Story reference? Dope. Coach the Artificer. Awesome. Dreadgar the Necromancer. A reformed Confederacy of Bones recruiter whose franken friend and macabre skills will get things done. Awesome. And then they're going to show a few more as the game progresses. I actually really like this idea. You don't see this very often for the stuff that's in the core set, because these are still part of the core set bosses, right? Or heroes, because it comes with 9. This is a really smart idea. These guys have really smart ideas. I don't know who the hell these guys are. I actually do know, because I've been talking to the developer of the game or whatever. I don't want to say I know them. I've traded emails with them. But I don't know what is going on with these guys, but they have just good ideas. So good ideas in the packaging, good ideas in the design of the games and the quality of the components. And this is a really good idea too. Don't drown people in information. Give them a reason to come back, you know, beyond the stretch goals. Give them a reason to come back to look at just the core page. Very good idea, because, you know, the impact of these, it lessens as you get to the 9th one. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. I just need to get down this damn page, you know. And again, here you go. Super smart. Hold some of this stuff back. So, then you got your sidekicks. Call upon 2 types of sidekicks for aids. Look at this. He's got a die nested in his base. A regular 6-sided die. That's odd. I'm not sure if that's part of the miniature or if it's rested there. I don't think this game comes with regular 6-sided dice. Whatever. So you got elementals, and then we don't know. Who knows what this is? Could be anything. This could be a friggin' Astartes. Could be a space marine. I don't know. You gotta come back to find out. Almost looks like he's got like a grave digger or something. It's like he's got a coffin on his back. Maybe it's a space marine carrying a coffin. I just want to be clear. There's nothing in this game that's associated with space marines. I'm just in kind of a bouncy mood today, so I'm just throwing stuff out there. And then you got the villains. Again, super smart. Don't drown us in detail. 5 unique villains come in the game. Lludwik Fandango, a genius imp, talented artificer, and ringleader of the nefarious Muscle Boys demon gang. Love it. And we'll find out who that is later. Man, that. A formless but effigy of the king, a formless body of ink and oil materializing into our deepest fears, which we each must confront. So not Santa Claus, in other words. I was off on that. And then we get right into the stretch goals. What do we got? What do we got? Is this... Okay. I see. All right. So right off the bat, 150,000 for the stretch goal, which let's see. Oh no, we're not quite there yet. But this is a really cool unlockable. This is really, really cool. This is a really cool campaign. I'm really blown away by these guys. Because you're getting these really cool unlockable arms. Not like, listen, I love the piles of miniatures just like anybody else. I love getting my copy of Zombicide in. It's got 600 miniatures in it, right? I sit there and I look at them. And I even got one just sitting right here, and I'm just like, ooh, those are so cool. But this is cool in a completely different way, because it's letting you customize the character and doing something similar to... We're starting to see this a little bit. You saw this in Oathsworn as well, Into the Deep Wood, where they had an add-on. It was not a stretch goal. They had an add-on where they gave you sets, replaceable sets of armor for all of the heroes, basically, weapons and such. So I actually think this is a really cool unlockable, and I'm excited to hear more about it and how it kind of plays into the game. Maybe he comes with like a different card for each armor set or something. I don't know. Here we have a very moody-looking, spinning, rotating shot of various miniatures. Hey, look! Guys! Oh my god! I am such a genius! Because look! I referenced Space Marines earlier, and I even went out of my way to say this has nothing to do with Space Marines, except for the fact that they put Space Marines in. Boom! Adeptus Astartes, son! Ultramarine. God, I'm so good at this. Giant 48mm villain. So obviously they just put it in for scale, but that's just funny that they actually reference Space Marines. How to play. All right, now we're getting to the meat of it. Explore the maze. Reveal tiles as you explore, navigating by controlling their orientation. Then resolve all kinds of hilarious multi-choice events. Very nice. Okay, I like that idea. Can't really... Oh, choice. Oh, this is very cool. I can't quite read that, but it's giving you some kind of choice, like mid-game, as you play. Battle minions. Roll up your hit pool and use it to flip a minion and wound it or to defeat it outright. Then save your leftover hits for next time. Very, very cool. Combo spells. Each hero manages a hand of hilarious spell and feat cards. Use hits during your rolls to cast fun spells from your hand. So throw out your fireballs, your annihilations, whatever you got. Level up. Every turn you level up based on your achievements. You can buy actions, hero powers, or improve your dice to be more reliable. Ooh, I like that. I always like having this choice of just, it's like in Gloomhaven where you can just add like a +1 card to your deck. It's not the flashiest thing in the world, but it can really pay dividends. And then fight bosses. Each villain challenges you with a unique AI battle deck. Attack their weak points to bypass their defenses and score critical hits. All right. All sounds super cool. And then we've got tutorial videos, got a brief overview, various things. You can get to the rules. There's a link here to play it on Tabletop Simulator. Very, very cool. I will be doing this while the campaign is running for sure. Each act adds new mechanics to master. A host of giant villains alter the game. Your wins unlock lasting campaign bonuses. So it looks like this is where the legacy element comes in. And, it's probably a pad of paper, the Order Without Borders base camp. This is one of the ways in which the legacy element comes in. And so that's what they mean by non-destructive. Is they give you a pad of paper and, you could just erase it if you wanted to. Boatloads of cross-compatible goodness. Yeah, between the multiple games, between the original and the new version. All right, so what does it add to Minions of Mordak? New heroes, new treasures and spells, melee and ranged decks, and new minions. I always like this where, it's kind of like what Simon will do with like Project Elite and Zombicide Invader, where they'll put out a cross-compatibility set and they do it both ways. It's not just adding to Project Elite, it's also adding to Invader. And this is the same way. If you have Lludwik's Labyrinth and you buy Minions of Mordak, you're adding a bunch of stuff to Lludwik's Labyrinth. But you're also adding a bunch of stuff to Minions of Mordak. Very cool. In terms of the available pledges, you've got the $60 retail edition. Get your dual boards. You don't get miniatures for the heroes here, or the villains, it looks like. Labyrinth tiles, bunch of cards. I'm not really going to get too deep into this. Blah, blah, blah. AI villain spells, love it. Villain battle cards, love it. Multi-choice event, 200 multi-choice events. And I like that they're on cards, too, instead of having to, dig through a book and, it's just right there on the table. Event packet sleeves. This sounds interesting, and another legacy kind of element. Mystery envelopes, score pad, rulebooks, game tokens. Then you got the deluxe edition, which is Kickstarter exclusive. Includes everything from the retail edition, and then it adds 9 stunning heroes, 3 hefty sidekicks who definitely, at least this one, definitely has some kind of base that you can, I'm assuming maybe track their hit points on. Very cool. And then you got your giant villains, and then your 2 defender tokens, which I have no idea what these do, but I got them in my other version as well, so I'm happy to get more. And then the piece de resistance, the game trays, which they leveraged very nicely in the first set, Minions of Mordak Deluxe Edition. Game trays are not the end all be. They won't. They can only help you if you help yourself. You lean into it and you kind of design for it and you plan for it with the box and stuff. These guys obviously did that, so it's really cool. And then you can also get, as a $30 add-on, the Antagonist Arsenal. Antagonist Arsenal is an expansion which provides components that allow you to play villains in alternate game modes if you own Antagonist Arsenal. Okay, so this is kind of... It's not necessary. By buying both, you're already getting more treasures, heroes, minions, etc. But if you also buy the antagonist arsenal, you're also getting to leverage the villains both ways. So you can play versus Mordak in co-op and solo mode, and you can play as the Lludwik villains in one versus many mode, which is normally only in Valor and Villainy. And they just call out, even if you only buy one, it still gives you all these new ways to play. Mordak, co-op and solo, Lludwik, one versus many, Villain, one versus many, blah, blah, blah. Lets you play in the Labyrinth or in Hawkamore, which is the setting of the first game. Also adds a faster game mode and easy mode for Hawkamore. Okay. Looks like, oh, okay, and it comes with a Mordak mini. That's why you don't need the, you don't have to have minions of Mordak. You get Mordak in this set if you just buy this. Very cool. You know, you're potentially, no, I guess these wouldn't be duplicates because these are the inserts. These are the inserts for the kind of competitive mode. And then you're getting your dual layer boards, bunch of spells. This will be in retail, just calling that out. It doesn't specify if this stuff is all like reprints from the original game. That might be a question to ask. And then you've got your Kickstarter exclusive premium pledge. You get Lludwik's Labyrinth Deluxe Edition, you get the Antagonist Arsenal, and you get the Premium Plastic Token Kit. I freaking love premium plastic tokens. I don't know why. I fall for it every single time. It's not like I hate cardboard. It's not like cardboard stole my girlfriend and beat me up at the senior prom or something. But man, every time I gotta have those premium plastic tokens. I just love the feel of them. I don't know. I got issues. But anyways, you're getting basically everything with this, which is $135. That's pretty reasonable for a super deluxeified version of the game, of a co-op solo, basically. Like, I don't want to call it a dungeon crawl because I haven't played it. I'm not 100% sure if that's entirely accurate, but it's mostly what it looks like. And then they call out here, you got your premium plastic token kit, which gives you all the tokens that you would need for Minions of Mordak and Lludwik's Labyrinth, and all fit into the game tray. So you got all your special little beautiful, amazing chits here. Very, very cool. I don't know what this thing is. That must be a first player token. And these are Kickstarter exclusive, so pay close attention to that. Extra dice set. Get some more dice if you want. Ooh, a double-sided neoprene playmat. Minions of Mordak side, Lludwik's Labyrinth side. Stitched edges. So usually what will sell me on a playmat, I'm not usually like, I won't buy a playmat by default, but if it looks like it's going to help with the organization of the game and kind of add structure to the organization of it, then I'm usually a lot more interested. And this looks very much like it does that. It's got slots for all these cards and stuff. So I'll probably pick this up too. And then you can get the deluxe edition of the original through this campaign as well. And like we talked about, Antagonist Arsenal. We got some previews here. I will have a preview soon, just so you know. I will not have the cool, awesome physical box that Quackalope has, but I also don't have 26,000 subscribers like Quackalope has, so makes sense to me. There's Alex, love this guy. Love to do something with him someday. Let's see. Gotta get big. You guys gotta get your friends. Get your enemies. Just go up to that guy who always kicks your ass in gym and just say, hey man, seriously, the Grumpy Meeple, you in or what? You could make a new best friend. It's probably just gonna kick your ass again though. That's your problem, not mine. Lludwik's Labyrinth. Blah, blah, blah. From players who have finished the campaign. Oh, very nice. They got some beta testers who actually played all the way through it. Takes everything great about its predecessor and then asks it to hold its beer. Love it. Tons of fun for the whole family. All the fun and minions of Mordak cranked up to 11. Really cool. Got a message from the creator here. Seems like a very nice young man. Been talking to him. Was nice enough to respond to me when I messaged him. Appreciate that. Oh, and then we've got some daily reveals. Each day we'll venture deeper into the labyrinth and reveal new content for the game. Some days we'll discover a new card, others will feature a new hero or villain. You can view the path below for hints on the days to come. Oh, so this must be what they were talking. These are all those hidden. Yeah, this is really smart. I like this. You're giving people a reason to come back, basically. I don't know, because here's the stretch goals. I don't know if this includes stretch goals or if this is just like revealing all of the heroes and such from the core box. It's a little unclear. I don't recognize. Where's the guy with the... Yeah, I don't see the guy who was wearing what looks like, at least, the Space Marine with the coffin on his back. I don't see him. So this is different. This must be daily unlocks, basically. It's a little unclear about that, but I think that these are daily additions. Very, very cool. Come up with ways to get people to come back. You know, one visit and then remind me is not enough. You gotta get people engaged. This is a great way of doing it. Very smart. These guys know what they're doing. See, that makes me, I don't know about anybody else, but that actually makes me more likely to back their game. If I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that they've logicked this out and thought about, like, oh, how do we get people to come back? They're, like I said, if they're putting that kind of thought into the campaign, if they're putting that kind of thought into the packaging, they're putting it into the game too, which means it's probably a good game. You got some shipping information. I wouldn't pay much attention to this. They call out right here, price of shipping containers has been extremely volatile. It's probably not going to get any less volatile. So this is, just ignore that. Worry about that when it ships. And then you've got your kind of developers, designer, and artists, etc. Skybound, tabletop. Very cool. In terms of the pledges, you can get the retail game, $60. I don't really know why anybody would back this for the retail game. Back it for the deluxe edition at the very least. Get the deluxe edition, get 101 backers on that bad boy. And as you'd expect, you get 632 backers on the premium bundle, which is definitely what I will be backing. And then you get the retail pledge. Yeah, this is interesting. Because, one thing that can really help with this, if this is a problem for you and the volatility of shipping is a problem for you, just hot tip, ping your local game store and just ask them, hey, are you guys going to back Minions of Mordak? You don't even have to talk to anybody. I mean, this is 2021. I know some of us are socially inept nerd types and we don't like to talk to people on the phone, even if it's just to order a piece of pizza or something. But you don't even have to do that. Just go on Facebook, find their store page, just message them. Just say, hey, back this game and I'll buy it from you. And then I save money on shipping and you get very little out of it, but maybe you get something. I don't know how that all works. And see if you can get your local store. This is how I got the first game, basically, was one of my local stores was backing it and they advertised it on their Facebook page. And I said, hold one of those for me. And, I probably saved at least $20. So, very cool. Loving everything that I see here. These guys are on point. Let's take a look at the updates so far. Okay, that's going to be a short trip because there's just the one, because this is only like 5 hours old. But let's take a look. We're funded. Thank you for the support. Lots of hard work. What to expect from the updates. Here we go. Yes. Every day we'll be posting an update around 1 p.m. PST. Love this. If they can be consistent with this, it's great because it just, again, probably more likely to come back if you know, like after lunch. Oh, yeah, let me check that. Daily reveals. Content in the game that was previously kept hidden. That's what we were talking about at the top of the page there. Stretch goals. On certain days throughout the campaign, we'll announce new bonus milestones that will add completely new content, components, or upgrades to the game. Currently, we have 6 stretch goals planned that will be spread throughout the campaign. The daily narrative. Each day we'll be revealing a small chapter of narrative that tells the story of the Order Without Borders' quest to rescue Giuseppe from Lludwik's Labyrinth. I love this. I say that, but I will note, I will read none of it. I'm very busy, but I like narrative in my games. I don't know though, I just can't. Maybe I'll read it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I read it? Post in the comments if I should read it or not. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe I'll read it on the channel. How about that? Woo! That's why I get paid the big bucks to do this for free. Choose your own adventure choices. On most days of the campaign, the daily narrative will end with a choice that allows backers to make a choice for our heroes. I think you maybe used the word choice one too many times there. Maybe a synonym for choice would be appropriate. Here we go again. The results of these choices will affect how the next day's narrative plays out and what content is included in the daily reveals. Very cool. I'm just messing with you guys. James, I'm just messing with you. I just think it's fun. Answers to your questions. In addition to the content updates above, we will also be answering any repeated questions we see in the comments. Great. They're doing live streams bi-weekly. 2 live streams a week. In these streams, our team will be playing through the first few missions of Lludwik's Labyrinth while also answering any questions you might have about the campaign. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. PDT and Thursdays at 4 p.m. PDT on Twitch and Facebook. This is really cool. They're really engaging with people. They're really giving people a reason to come back and a reason to stay interested. And they're really showing you some stuff. If they're live streaming this, and if they're live streaming like a physical version of it, and we know that they have physical components because they've sent it to people like Quackalope, you're actually going to get to see like alpha versions of the stuff that you will get with the game. Nothing drives me crazier, even for these companies that I trust, like Simon with the miniatures. I trust them for the most part with that, and only that. But you can typically trust them with the miniatures. I don't like it when they don't have some of that stuff laying around to show people. This is 2021. Get yourself a resin printer. I could print this stuff myself if I wanted to. There's no reason in 2021 why, if you're putting a game out on Kickstarter and asking people for $135, you damn well better have a copy of that game sitting in front of you so that I can see what it actually looks like, not just what your artists are capable of rendering, which are 2 very different things sometimes. Sometimes they're close. Chronicles of Drunagor, it's pretty close. From what I understand, I don't have any Awakened Realms games at this point, but some of the earlier Awakened Realms games, from what I understand, the render's not really representative of the miniature that you got. Don't come to Kickstarter if you don't have a physical copy of your game. It's just goofy. You just look goofy. These guys probably are smart. They are smart, and so they have a copy of it, I'm sure. Here's the daily narrative. I'm not going to read this yet. I'll read this if people start blasting me in the comments to read it. And I'll read it all in funny voices. It'll be awesome. Oh man, I am tempted though. So that's who Giuseppe. Okay, guys, Giuseppe is the caring pizza baron. Awesome. And then you get the daily reveal today, the Elemental Bull Minis. Some story. Skip over. Yeah, I was thinking they might tell you what they are. What was a standee is now a miniature in the deluxe game. These beefy boys can be summoned by any hero that draws cards from the natural magic spell deck. Watch out for those horns. Ooh. Very cool. And even this doesn't look... It might be a render, but it doesn't look like a render. It looks like a picture. I don't know. It could be a very good render. I am easily fooled, so... And then again, you got the detachable arms. This is awesome. These interchangeable arms for Lludwik's mech will be included in the deluxe edition only. Each arm reflects a different trait that Lludwik can specialize in when you fight him. Okay, so cool. So they have a material effect. It's like you face a different version of Lludwik, basically. And by glancing at the miniature and seeing that he's actually holding the chain gun, you know who you're fighting. Very cool. Very helpful for, group play. And that's it for today, as they say right here. And so that's it for this video. I'm very impressed. I was impressed with these guys already, even more impressed now. I'm also impressed with my ability to click out of the campaign instead of back to the main page, which is where I wanted to go. These pledge levels are reasonable. The fact that they have a retailer pledge, this is another thing. I don't know why people don't do more of this. This is great, especially in this day and age. let the retailer and the publisher sort out all this shipping stuff, and just you get your game for $135 plus tax, instead of, I don't know, depending on where you live. Whew, could be some business. But yeah, very impressed. This game looks awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I will be playing it on Tabletop Simulator on the channel. And so look out for that. Look out for more updates from me if I see anything cool come in through the updates. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.